Well, Roman, you know, we got in last night and I actually rolled through the yacht club and just kind of get a feel for the lay of the land. I've been here before, but you know, it never hurts. And I saw something really strange under a cover, but I knew that what was under that cover was interesting. I could tell because it was just so weird, even covered. This is crazy. This is a Barris custom, right?
That is correct. George Barris did build this back in 1967 for Canada's centennial. Imperial Oil contracted him to build 4 of them. This is one of the 4. It's been our family since I was 3 years old.
Which just blows me away. First of all, you know, and I knew George pretty well, and I know a lot of his cars, so he was pretty prolific. But I never saw this car, and he did 4 of them?
That is correct. This one here, I brought it down to the United States about 17 years ago, just got the restoration done on it here 3 years ago. There's one other one that we know of in Western Canada. There was a book that was written on it that gave some good history on these vehicles. One additional one's been in the same family since right around 84, but they've never seen it publicly, so it's a little unknown, as well as the other one supposedly got destroyed in a fire.
So we're sure of 1.
That is correct.
Probably 2, maybe
for sure.
3, but
Yes.
probably not 4. So is it all steel, or pretty much steel, or not steel?
Well, basically, it's both. It started off base Toronado.
Yeah,
that's
67.
What they, yeah,
right?
that's what they gave George to start to work with and everything. And from there, he started to do his customization. So he cut the vehicle in half, extended that 15 inches, removed the front and rear panel, so everything is fiberglass there now, except for the doors.
No kidding. So is that 3rd window there, is that where that extra space, that extra length came in?
That is correct, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
with being Tornado, it's easy because it's front-wheel drive, so
Well,
the
that's
floor is
true,
flat.
Yeah, that's true.
And he was able to do that, and that was one of his favorite vehicles. He enjoyed working with Toronados because he did that for numerous other celebrity shows and everything like that. So I think he had a warm place in his heart for these.
So it's still Tornado drivetrain and everything?
That is correct, yeah. Oldsmobile 425 front wheel drive.
You know, and Barris was known for this. Like this, he did this in '67, on a '67. So you take a brand new car and you just start hacking on it.
Correct.
That's kind of what he did, right?
That's exactly it. I think there was a lot of primitive work. It was to be, you know, a car that they built, but in terms of longevity, I don't think there was much plan for that with it.
It's lasted a lot longer
Well,
than
a
anybody
lot of silicone, a lot of rivets, just holding things in place to make it look good.
Even the extensions are crazy. That's all chrome, metal?
Everything is chrome, yes.
And there's a light in there. There's a light in this gill here
yeah,
too.
there's
that
a
whole
lot
light?
of illumination to it, which is kind of unique. He did some weird things to it. The rear area's got a little tunnel for the air to cool the brakes off, that type of stuff, you know. So he factored performance to a degree as well.
I mean, is it drivable? I mean, you've completely restored it to show car now, but I mean,
It is. No, it's definitely drivable. We restored it back to what it was because it was complete 100% when I took it into the restoration facility. And everything that they did brought it back to exactly how it was that I remember as a child. Vehicle's got 26,000 miles on it, so we did a lot of touring as kids, going to shows, that type of stuff.
I can't believe growing up with this in the family. So you're from a Canadian family, and then you guys had this in Canada. How did you get a hold of it?
Correct. My parents ended up buying it through my sister's godfather, who was a friend of our family. He was a little used car dealer, and you know, he was kind of brokering it during transport. And one night it was in his driveway, the next night it was ours because he lived a block away.
That is just hilarious. So is this whole hood fiberglass?
That's all fiberglass.
Jeez.
The hood is fiberglass. This front clip, as you can see, it's all one piece.
You're right.
And that's the challenge, is getting the work done on that and keeping it all tied in nice and tight.
This kick up and roll back is really nice. This is actually some of George's better fiberglass work, or maybe the restoration.
It is. It's interesting because you know, we've both seen some of the other vehicles, and sometimes they can be
rough,
fairly brash.
Yeah.
And this has got some aerodynamics to it if you look at it.
It's really slick. I mean, this is, and some of the stuff is garish to the point of cartoonish with George, and I think that was intentional. But this is actually, I dig this car. I mean, this has got some style.
It's got so many angles, so many different views, and that's what a person's got to appreciate, is every time you look at it. I've got people who've seen it 100 times, and they're like, you know, it always looks different.
Well, and then the interior just totally cracks me up. So this swivels, it comes all the way around, right?
That
It's
is correct. Yeah, you've got the swivel seat. So,
But then you can have a party mobile if you want it.
yes, you do. You've got the ice chest in the back. You've got two stereos. One's AM, one's FM. Both are 8-track. And the ice chest.
So the ice chest hides back under there, right?
That is correct. And then you've got your card table that mom can play cards with the children while they're going down the road.
And that sort of wrap around, kind of like Frisch's big boy kind of diner booth back seat.
Yes, very much
crazy.
so. Yeah, growing up, there's my 3 siblings, 4 of us actually in total, but there's always a fight to have the single seat.
Yes, I guess
you never
there
want to
was.
sit with your siblings.
No, you just don't. You don't. Did he change the dash? No, that's really pretty
No,
much Toronado dash,
this
right?
is actually the entire interior on this is still Oldsmobile Toronado, and all the material is original too from '67. We did not have to do anything in terms of the restoration to maintain this.
The interior was in that good shape?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Headliner, carpet, shag carpet. It's tough to find today.
Oh yeah. Well, now even the headliner had to be tricky because that is not a conventional headliner. It's 15 inches longer,
It
right?
is much longer, yes, and everything to that effect, and the change in the climates, but it still maintained its
You
shape.
are lucky that is still there.
Yes, sir.
This just cracks me up. I love this. Your chrome gills here, and then is this that cooling port? I guess?
Yeah, this is a cooling port, so yeah, you can see an actual discoloration there, and that's where a tube comes around back and it draws the air to be able to cool the brakes.
No, it's a very stylish kick in there, but that has got to be a mess when it throws dirt. Were these little baby mud flaps always there? Or did you
They've always been there.
That's just amazing. They actually thought of that. And then I imagine we've got a light tucked in here, of course. That
That
your
is
backup
correct.
or what?
No, your backup lights are actually down underneath here at the back.
Oh, okay.
Those ones there are just basically your accessory lights. The rear tail lights and signal lights are sequential, standard
Yes,
to like
yeah.
the Mustang was. So he just took a lot of different things and used his creativity to build this.
You know, I've seen stuff that George did that would look kind of like this. And he'd put them on the hoods and stuff. In fact, it was Sonny Bono's Mustang.
Right.
And they were actually ice cube trays. Because Barris would go down to the hardware store, drawer knobs and all sorts
Sure.
of stuff, ice cube trays. He just used everything to customize.
Yeah. Well, and that's where we see a lot of this here also, the checkering. We feel that that's from the front grills of Toronado Riviera, that they went and just tied them together,
right.
You know, made them bigger, that type of stuff. So, you know, a lot of it is what do we have on the shelf today and how can we make it fit?
What's down at the Ace Hardware?
That is true.
Now, is this glass too? Fiberglass?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the deck lid is all fiberglass.
Wow. I mean, you had to be the only kid on the block when you were growing up that had something this crazy in the family.
We were. We were definitely at that. Challenge is to find somewhere to keep it because of its length.
Yeah, how long is it?
20 feet 1 inch.
Oh, jeez. Man, I just dig everything about this car because it's just so insane. Still a Toronado drivetrain, still look pretty good under the hood?
That is correct. Yeah, it's got full restoration through everything. We went through the motor,
The whole
did some
thing.
upgrades, you know, with some of the older timing gears and chains because they were,
Oh,
you know, aged. They get brittle, that type of
Well,
stuff.
let's go look at it. Well, yeah, I mean, now that looks familiar.
Yes, that's the standard blue Oldsmobile
Yeah.
425.
Love the double snorkel. I always thought that was one of the cooler air cleaners out there.
Well, it kind of tells you, you know, it means a little bit of business and everything. Even though
Yeah.
you've got a big vehicle, it's hidden in there. It's got 385 horsepower, front wheel drive, so it's a 400 transmission that's been turned 180 degrees, and it's a gear drive to be able to accommodate that change in direction.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, just a heavy gear chain. So gear to gear with the chain going on that.
How about that? I didn't know that. Now, is this heavier or lighter? Or a lot of Barris stuff had a lot of lead.
Okay, so basically this vehicle factory, a Toronado, was 4,750 pounds.
Okay.
This one's coming in at 5,200.
So it's 500 more, but 10%.
Longer,
Yeah, I mean,
more work, fiberglass as opposed to a lot of metal being removed. So
yeah.
it'd probably be 6,000 pounds if it was all metal.
And I've seen it. It's like a magnet, though. People just like swarm to this car.
Oh, it's so enjoyable. For every car show I go to with it, I just have the joy of people looking at it, the comments about the back seat, the extension, the wraparound seat. it's always something. And just seeing the smiles, the bewilderment of this, it's like, I've never seen this before.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So every bit of it, it's just so much joy to be able to do that and to be able to have a piece of his history coming around on a regular basis, you know, regionally here. It's a lot of fun.
That's right, because you are based down here now, so this has got to be a total hit around there.
Correct. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Now that's actually a big piece of fiberglass. No, is the hood metal?
The hood's fiberglass as well and
Everything's
everything. It's got some base metal still there frame on it, and then they were able to build and contour with it. Same with the rear trunk lid. A bit of that too. It's basic, but they still so much built around it and everything.
This is some of the best of his work I've ever seen. So this is a 1967 Toronado, but it's called the 67X, right?
Correct. Yeah.
George Barris custom, made for Canada's centennial of...
It's 67. That is correct. Yeah, because Montreal had the World's Fair in 1967. Right. All this was brought together because of the celebration for the centennial year.
Wow. This is awesome. I absolutely love it, bro. Thanks so much for bringing it out.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's just too much.